Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. First, you listeners do not know this, but we got to give a big up to Tommy right now. He's being very patient with us on Mountain Time. There were some delays, and he's here ready to fire it off. I know I'm excited. Jared's here, and it's what a better place to be than here with the Walk On boys.
There's no better place.
There's no better place. There's no better place. There's no better place to start than the Scouting Report. With our man Denzel.
Yeah.
Over there leaning.
I actually just watched Training Day like an hour ago too.
I'm actually really excited to see what you think.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say this about Flight. So, again, I've said this about Denzel. I think it's hard to not enjoy watching a Denzel movie. He's just one of the best at what he does. And when you're watching one of the greatest, it's just, you have to appreciate greatness. And the thing that was difficult about this movie was, like, you were literally watching a dude, like, throw his life away. Like, and that's a hard thing to watch.
Like, literally.
And it's crazy, too, because, like, it's very apparent, how talented of a pilot he is, because what he's doing is insane. And he's, he's just functioning based off of instinct, like he said in his trial, because he's extremely intoxicated.
Crazy.
So... but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a tough watch for that reason, though. It's just like, oh my God, like
I was getting mad, bro. I was getting so mad.
Yeah, it's a whole crash and burn thing. That's like, it's like watching.
I thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna do it when they pull up on him in the hotel room and he's just blacked out in the bathroom, and I'm like, no way, bro.
Yeah, no, they.
How good was that though? He goes, I'm drunk right now.
It was so. To get to my rating, I'm going to give it a half scholarship. And I'm going to give it a half scholarship for this reason. It felt a little predictable. The movie, I think the acting was the best part.
Based on a true story.
But, but I feel like it just, like, it didn't move the needle for me in that sense.
Okay. All right.
The acting, I think, was the best part. I felt like they climaxed it very fast at the trial point or the hearing point, and then the whole, like, him coming to Jesus moment was like maybe 2 minutes at the end. He talked to his son, and then that was it. Like, I feel like it kind of all just like came together as him having a revelation at the very end in like the last 2 minutes, and it was like, okay, like, you know what I mean? It kind of just.
Then I can understand that, and plus it's like, I think it's like hard. It's a hard watch because of tough. Like how sad it is, right? So it's like you almost like, I don't know. I guess it's like a weary tale, but you didn't really get anything positive out of it.
Oh, like, well, and you would want like a movie like that to have some type of feel good, like like something. And I feel like that's why the ending was the way it was. So it's like, okay, you can kind of leave on a good note to where he's like self-realization and is trying to build himself on the way back, but it's like it happened so fast, and it's like, okay, like, now what? Like, this guy's still
all right. Half scholarship, I can respect it.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, it's hard to give a full ride every year, or every player. So
and that's a Debbie Downer. That might be a locker room lawyer, bro. Like, that's a Debbie Downer.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Denzel's just so good in it, but like it's
hard not to appreciate.
It's definitely a movie. It's definitely a movie.
I don't think we're gonna prescribe it now that we prescribed that. Can I ask Luke? Have you seen Fences?
Fences?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably don't watch it. Oh yeah, he won. Who was the chick? Not Viola Davis. The other main actress won. Best supporting actress. Yeah, it's a really crazy movie. It's in the similar form of Flight, but it's a downer. For sure.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like, like, I think it was a good movie, but yeah, it's just a hard watch.
My point is that I watched Fences once. I'm glad I watched it, but I have not really any interest in watching it again because of like the vibe that it gives you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of how Flight, like what you're saying about Flight.
Yeah. Yeah, but
All right, half scholarship. That's all right. You know, we got some
scholarship.
work
I
to
can live
do.
with that. Yeah, I can live with that.
It was a good watch
Um,
though. Like I think in comparison to some of the other half scholarships, it was still a good movie to watch. It was just
Yeah.
tough. Like it
Yeah.
just kind of hard, a little heavy
Yeah.
heart.
Feel it. This is Jared's week, but last time I said I had a really good backup that I did want to
Yeah,
get
you were
off in
excited.
case you hadn't
You were
seen
excited.
Flight.
And that's why I
So
wanted to let
Jared,
Tommy
so Jared,
acquiesce.
and I did get Jared's stamp of approval when I told him it. I feel like
That's
it's
good.
possible you've seen it. I'm not gonna lie, because it's a good movie. We've got seven.
7. I'm pretty sure I
Morgan
told Jared I've
Freeman,
watched this.
Morgan
7 Deadly
Freeman,
Sins. What's
Brad
in the
Pitt,
box?
the serial killers, Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've
Jared,
seen
I
it.
told you I watched this like last year. We talked about it.
Ah,
This
Space
guy.
Jared's mine. That's a good movie though, right? Luke, what
No,
do
it
you
was
think
a
that
good
would get?
movie. That would get a high rating.
Yeah, it's a really
It's
good
hard to
movie.
say because I like, having it fresh. It's probably been
Yeah.
about 7 or 8 months since I watched
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Me and Kaylin went on like a
Oh,
psychological thriller
that was a
binge.
Kalen. You're right. I do remember that conversation actually now that you bring it
Yeah.
up. You asked me about it and then we had a dialogue about it. Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, I watched it. So we were watching like all these psychological thriller like movies, just like every free
Okay.
night that we had. So
Yeah,
that's
he
when
was
we
like
also
hitting me and
watched.
asked me which one to watch, and I
Yeah,
told you to watch
Mm,
Seven. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
when we
that
also
makes
watched
sense.
Nightcrawler or the one with Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
It was
Nightcrawler,
like
yeah.
in that era
Dang.
for us. But yeah,
So Kaylin's the reason two of my suggestions haven't gone through. Got it.
I mean, it was just both of us because she's on the same boat as me.
You also
that-
got to think too, Tom, is like Luke is a sucker for what's trending on Netflix. So when it comes to movie
Is that on
choices,
Netflix? I don't even remember where
Nightcrawler
it
was on Netflix.
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
yeah. I
I'm
meant
not sure about
7.
7, but
Yeah.
I want to say
like-
7 was Hulu or Amazon Prime. Like it was
Well-
available to watch, so you're probably
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
I'm
like
glad I gave you Flight last week then.
Yeah. No, good call.
Last
Good call.
time.
it's all
last
good. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, this might be. I have another backup in case, but well, I mean, you're getting more versed in your movie watching, so
I know it's
Getting
kind of
better.
impressive. I feel
Thanks,
like you guys
Kalen.
should like,
Thanks, Kalen.
bro. Like, I feel like you guys should like give me a little bit more props than you're giving
No,
me. Like,
I'm
You
not.
are. Yeah.
I think Tom just we've made Tom and I, our camp has made a conscious effort to make sure that we give
good movies.
good movies. Yeah.
Okay.
There was some feedback we got with the peer reviews last quarter.
Let's just say the Babadook and the 13th Warrior weren't at the.
Yeah.
They didn't get a good grade. Let's just say
But, I
that.
mean, look, but I will say, those are necessary. Those are still
Yeah.
necessary watching
gotta
because
watch
how
them.
am I supposed to know,
What a
What a
bad
good
quality
movie is.
if I
Yeah.
don't see what the
He's like,
baseline
This
is?
guy watches only Pulp Fiction. He's like, what's wrong with these other movies? This is a movie.
He's watching straight Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, The Departed.
like The
all
Departed. He's
those.
like,
Yeah.
okay, so Luke, for our movie this week, this is what I was gonna give you anyways, because I told you I was coming with some heaters. American History X.
I think I've seen that. Hold on.
American History X. It sounds familiar. I don't think I've
Edward
seen it.
Norton.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
movie. American
one,
History
Jared.
X.
American.
That's a good
It's
one, Jared.
it's like
I like that
it's-
response out of James.
yeah, it's
I just needed a refresher. Real
so
quick.
we've been talking about, and I just want to give a little like, it's definitely an intense movie, but it's like it has like a very good message in it. I feel like and the acting's superb as usual with Edward Norton, but yeah, it's like I feel like you're gonna like it. It's like
Yeah.
really well done, really really well done.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I like it.
Yeah.
All in.
So American
So-
History X. Yeah.
2 feet in the door, man.
And 1998. It's a good year, man. It's a good year.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I like that.
But yeah, no, that's good.
Oh,
I still haven't seen, just on a side note, I'm sad that I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I know there was a lot of chatter. I'm still waiting for it to get out. I almost went and saw it by myself in LA, but I was too tired.
Yeah, that's a journey though. That's
Yeah.
like an absolute like.
I saw it by
yeah.
myself.
No, but it was like we got out of the gym at 9:30. It was a 10:10
Oh,
showing, and
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
yeah,
no,
But
no, no, no.
exactly. You kind of have to like carve out like
No,
yeah,
a
no,
plan
like
no.
for yourself.
yeah, because I'd have been sick if I'd have gone
Good
and fell
movie,
asleep.
but you're probably falling asleep that late.
Yeah, it's
Good movie, but you're probably like, I'm just gonna keep it real.
yeah. Oh
That's
God,
valid.
it's so bad now. It took me. I don't want to go too far off. It took me 5 days to finish this Netflix movie because I kept falling asleep, and I had to find out what happened at the end, and I like just couldn't get there. It took me forever.
Mm. Now that we're on the topic, Luke, we were discussing what we wanted to chatter about today. This both spaced our mind.
No,
Let's
no,
talk.
you're in my head, I think,
Let's
right now.
talk Swamp Kings.
No, let's talk the untold stories in
Let's talk the
general
untold Netflix stories.
because I got a
This
piece,
is
man,
good.
and
Yeah,
I've told Jared this
Luke's
piece
got
to be
something to say
Oh
honest.
about
God,
this.
is this like? Are we getting on a soapbox already?
No,
We've
Jared,
only
you
been
agree
on
with this? I told you this in person,
I don't know.
and so here's my thing with these untold, and now take this as I haven't, I think I've only seen one of them, so but.
What
but no. It's just a premise of them. It's just a
Here's the
premise of them.
thing.
I've only had
I've only seen
ice
one, by
cream
the way.
one time, and I did not like it.
Jared's the last person to say something about this because he'll argue with me about something that he's never seen or tried before. So I don't even want to hear that. Literally. But anyways, so my thing about this is I think that from what I've heard and what I've seen, they're very well done documentaries and they do a really good job of what they're trying to do. But I do think it's a very big marketing ploy that a lot of people are allowing to go over their head. Now, I know I told Jared about the Johnny Manziel one. It's like the way it was made was like I was supposed to feel bad for the guy, and I'm not going to, right? And then you go to the Swamp Kings one, where obviously Urban Meyer was in the news for wrong reasons last year, and like obviously he's going to get pinned out to be a great coach, which I'm sure he is, and he obviously won national titles, he has a lot of accolades, great. I'm not taking that away from him, but the timing at which they're coming out, who they're about, the way that they're portrayed, it's just very like it feels like it's propaganda more than it is just
So
documentary.
who do you think is paying? Who do you think is paying to like?
I think
like,
Jake Paul paid Netflix to be part of Untold, and now you're over here talking about Jake Paul's a genius, which I'm not saying he's not, but obviously, like a lot of people, if you didn't watch that, you'd still think Jake Paul is some imbecile.
But
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think
isn't
that
that the
makes me
point
think
of what
he's
these
more
all
of
are,
a
though?
genius.
I
Sorry,
but
Tom. My bad.
no,
No, you're
so
good.
Tom
You're
said,
good.
is that not the point of what they are? And it is like, yeah, it's them telling their story, but obviously, like I think the gripe for me is more the consumer, I guess, because
Okay.
it's gonna be whatever most people that are watching it, it's gonna be whatever they see most recently and is most fresh. And obviously, it's done by Netflix. It's gonna be done very well. That they're gonna
So
this is
I
what I
have
think of them.
so Tommy, go ahead, and then I have an interesting question that would be for
I was
Luke.
just gonna say, so from my understanding, Luke, you're just a little upset with like, I guess you could say the recency bias of the consumer of
I wouldn't
them
even say
just
upset.
like not even upset. Okay, just that's your bone to pick with it, is that they are like, oh, the propaganda is hitting them right where they should, and they are just supporting everything about it. Okay,
Yeah,
I get
I think
that's what
there's
I
just
was
a
just
lack
confused
of
about, because I was like, I felt like
A
you're just kind
lack
of
of
pointing out
like
exactly what it is.
awareness by the consumer.
Okay,
I think there's a lack of awareness as to what they're consuming, because it's like if you can,
they think it's good because of how it's packaged.
In a lot of people are going to think that's the whole story, and it's like, no, you also thought that a year ago when you saw Urban Meyer in the bar, that was the whole story. Like, no, you know what I mean? There's a lot to everything, but for someone to be able to put that all together, that doesn't happen very often anymore.
Yeah. Before you have your question, Jared, I will say I do agree, and I don't know if you guys saw or if you even have watched Swamp Kings, but Cam Newton like came out and was like, he said he was pretty upset with the way it was formed, and like watching Swamp Kings, it's like a lot of it's about Urban Meyer, but a bunch of it was about Tim Tebow too, and like hyping up Tim Tebow. And the first 2 years Urban Meyer was there, Tim Tebow wasn't even QB. And like in this documentary, they're painting out the quarterback before Tebow, Chris Leak, like he was horrible.
Well, he was
they're throwing, yeah, but I'm saying, but like they're only putting his interceptions. They're only putting him getting stuffed. They're saying he can't run. Or they're saying Urban Meyer's like, we need a running quarterback, all this and that. The year Tebow got there, Chris Leak still started, and he won the national championship. Like Tebow only played this amount of snaps. So I totally get what you're saying. It's very interesting. Cam Newton came out and was like, y'all, like, y'all got him messed up. Like
Was
Chris
Cam
Leak was
Newton
a
even in
dog.
it? Because wasn't he there?
Cam Newton wasn't in it, but a lot of guys weren't in it. Like the Pouncey
Yeah.
brothers weren't in it, and then a whole bunch of other dudes. Like
Yeah,
Okay,
I
why?
know. I
interview.
read about Aaron Hernandez and stuff like that. That wasn't.
He wasn't even mentioned. I think he was
Oh.
mentioned once on like a touchdown. I think that was it.
So essentially, it was literal propaganda, is what.
It was about
Yeah.
Urban Meyer, Brandon Spikes, and Tim Tebow.
Not even Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin had no like confessionals, or that's the wrong word. Percy Harvin had no like interviews though. Like
Individual interviews.
he was like, they were like talking about how huge he was for the team and stuff, but he didn't talk at all. It was
Maybe he
Brandon
didn't watch
Seiler.
it. Yeah.
It was Brandon Seiler, Brandon Spikes, Urban Meyer, and then a couple of the other safeties that I'm blanking on their names right now.
So my
And Tim
question
Tebow.
to you, Luke,
Well, like Joe
is that
Haden or whatever.
okay, for people that don't know, Luke is a big MJ guy. Do you feel like The Last Dance did the same thing?
1,000%. Look at the timing of The Last Dance. It came out right
Yeah.
after LeBron came back from 3-1. Like that
Okay,
was,
but
what, 2
technically
years
that
later?
No, 4 years later.
That was like 4, yeah.
But
But when
technically
you
it got
think
released.
all,
It
like,
got
COVID.
released early because of COVID, though.
I mean, yeah, but again, like that's what we were told. We don't know if that's the truth. We were just told
Right.
that, and now it's like, oh,
I think
look at MJ, like he wants the people to.
I
Like,
think all documentaries are.
Yeah.
And it's just what they are, and yeah, they're cool. I just take them for what they are. Honestly,
well,
I
it's
think
like
they're
I just don't want to see someone on Twitter being like, oh, this is didn't know this about Johnny Manziel. Look, you feel bad for the kid. Like,
Okay,
No, I
I'll
didn't
never
feel
feel
bad
bad
for
for
him.
him.
bro,
Yeah.
like, what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
I didn't feel bad for
Yeah.
him. It was crazy, but I didn't feel bad for him.
Yeah,
I'm
and
never
I
gonna
mean,
feel
like,
bad for that guy.
well, in like what I was saying in the group message, Tom, is like we also got like these are Netflix documentaries, and like the same thing with The Last Dance. Like these are gonna be done like very, very well. Like production wise, are gonna be some of the best
Yeah.
around right now, especially available, like readily available to the average viewer.
I
So
think.
it's like,
Oh, go ahead.
and Swamp Kings came out the week of the first week of college football too. So everyone's already amped
Yeah.
up to like just watch these kids start hitting each other. And
They're
it's like, bro, like,
they're actually in town right now.
I mean, what are
They
we
play
talking
tomorrow
about,
night.
bro?
I need to get a ticket.
I saw a tweet one time. It was really funny. It was kind of like making fun of this. They're like, hey, do you want to watch a 10-hour movie? And the person's like, it was like two voices talking. It was like, no, why would I want to sit and watch a movie 10 hours? It's like, da, da, da. And it's like, hey, do you want to watch this TV show, like every episode, one after the other, after it gets released and binge it until its season's ends? And they're like, hell yeah, I want to do that. Which is essentially like watching a 10-hour movie.
Yeah. No, but I think like with the
It's
last
just
dance question,
the packaging is done well.
yeah, and like with the last dance question again, like how many kids after that do you think were saying like, "Oh, MJ's the GOAT," that never watched not
None.
one thing about MJ? You get what I'm
None.
saying? Like, and
Yeah.
they had no idea. They were just in COVID, stuck inside. Probably loved the game of basketball, but that was all they could consume about it. And they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" Like,
But I will say
wow.
though, like from the stories were very good, and like the way it was done, but like a lot of those stories check out, I'm sure. So like there was a huge lore around MJ, but I do think, to your point, it's interesting that they're going to like they painted it as like there's no debate. You know what I mean? Like whereas like MJ went through his trials and tribulations, MJ struggled early in his career. Like he didn't win it. People don't realize he didn't win a title till his 7th year in the league. Like, like it took him time. Like he was getting his ass kicked by the Celtics and by the Sixers and by the Pistons, like all that stuff. And so it's like it takes time. But I mean, it was still really cool. I mean, I really liked it.
No,
but
and
I think you're right though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I can still enjoy it and take it for what it is, kind of like what Tom said.
yeah, and I don't mean this to be like an umbrella statement, because like I'm also like I do love watching documentaries. I just think like there needs to be an honest conversation about what you're watching sometimes, because I think a lot of times it's just gonna go like people are just gonna blindly consume things, and it's like, oh, that's they roped you in and got exactly what they probably were shooting for. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad I remember this, Luke.
No, and it was crazy because as Jared was talking, I was like, oh geez, we got to talk about
Jared
this.
said Netflix. We both were like, oh.
Yeah,
And
I
you
was
already
gonna
know that Braun
save my
documentary
piece.
is gonna go crazy whenever that comes out.
Oh my
The Braun
god! But
documentary, bro.
Braun fans are on a different level though.
But
That's what I'm
it's gonna be
saying.
tenfold. Like, bro, oh my
It's
god.
gonna be so bad.
They're
It's
gonna
gonna
be like, don't
be
It's
even
gonna
talk to me
be
about Jordan ever
crazy.
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
People are gonna like quit their jobs so they can be available to watch it.
No, seriously.
It's getting
Man.
dropped at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday.
That's how a lot
I'd
of
like to
those
put in my 2 weeks now.
bro, that's how a lot of the Steph fans were when his doc came out. Like I'm on
I still
Twitter and
haven't
I'm
watched
seeing
it.
you should it's really good.
I liked it.
I
It
liked
was
it a
cool.
lot.
My only
I don't think I
gripe
have Apple
was
TV.
my
Yeah,
only gripe was it.
Steph gave a 2-month free trial, Jared. Go to his
Yeah, you
Twitter.
missed out, man.
No.
My only gripe with the Steph one, like I feel like it wasn't as much about his underrated story as I would have liked it to be. I guess it was more
You didn't
just a
think so?
Steph doc. Nah, I felt like they kind of strayed away from it.
I don't know. I thought they did a decent job because it was like they showed his championships, but they didn't show really anything from it. Like they were just like, oh yeah, he won that one, he won this one, and then it'd go
Yeah,
back
but
to college.
I think but the college was once he was already on the. They did more. The most of the college clips and stuff was when he was already on the map. It would like I feel like the
Yeah.
smallest portion of his maturity was the inability to be recruited, and they didn't highlight that as much as I feel like they
Yeah.
should have.
No, I can agree with that.
It was good
It
though.
was
I mean,
crazy though. It was
it was
crazy
good
though. I did
basketball to
not
watch.
know.
Like,
I did not know Steph had 13 turnovers in his first college
oh
game
my
ever.
god, he looked like a pancake out there. Bro.
Even I mean, bro, like even after the year he blew up, the
Yeah.
next year, like teams are really pressing him. Like he was coughing the ball up. And like people
Yeah.
were that's why he got knocked so hard was like, oh, he can't handle athleticism, he can't handle the pressure, he's not a real point guard, blah, 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 blah. Like that was the whole thing coming out.
Yeah.
So
Just goes to show.
I mean,
it's
I'll give
I
that
think
all
our
our
Steph
I just
talk.
started I told Luke today, I just started the J.R. Smith little undisputed 4-episode thing talking about him. Like it's on Amazon. It's pretty good. I like it. The first episode was cool. But even now that we're talking about it, I'm thinking like they talked about the dumb stuff he did a little bit, but they also are painting it as like, which I don't think they're wrong. I think like he definitely didn't get a fair shake, and he got looked at a certain way because he looks a certain way. But like they're definitely painting it as like he got
J.R.
like
Smith throw a bowl of soup at his coach across the locker room.
exactly.
Like yeah,
like they were talking about like, oh man, like people like thought he was something he wasn't. I'm like, bro, I don't know anybody else that threw soup at their coach.
Yeah,
Hot soup.
And I think that's
we can
to
just
your
leave
point,
that
though.
where it is.
Yeah, no, to your point though, like I'm sure like there's probably a lot of validity to it, and that's why like I was afraid of my little rant because like I'm not saying that what they're saying is false. It's just like it's not the whole truth. Like they're gonna just show you what you.
I think it, and plus like too like, and then I can be done. I'm sorry. I feel like with documentaries, the director has a vision of the picture they want to paint going in, and they're gonna stick to that vision because like you only have so much time, right? So it's like if you start going off into this other, well, these people think this about this person, or these people think this about this person, it's like, well, then you're like, it's like way off the map.
Yep.
So.
All right, so let's pivot here. Let's pivot here to our man Noah Lyles with USA Track and Field because he's really causing.
Is that what that guy's name is? I didn't know that.
The world champions, dude. So I'm sure everyone listening knows what we're talking about. Though. Yeah, so he's a 6-time world champion, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
5 or 6.
He just won 3 golds in Budapest.
Yeah, so I'm sure everyone listening knows, but this USA Track and Field runner Noah Lyles went on this rant basically saying that like the NBA is wrong for calling the NBA Finals champions world champions because that's only an American league and it's not a world league. And there's been a lot of backlash. Fellas, where's our stance? Where's our stance on this?
I don't know. Well, Tommy, you want to go or you want me to go? Mine's real simple.
Yeah, you can go.
He's an idiot.
He's
an idiot. The best player in the league, the best player on the team that won the championship is not from America.
Yeah. It's just
it's the best league. You can take any team in the NBA, The Rockets are banging any team in any other league in any other country.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
And
a
he knows
reason why
that,
it's
too.
good. Like, I know that's
He
what I'm saying. Like, it's
knows
like
that.
clickbait. It's like
So
you're an
his-
idiot, bro.
Well, his problem was, and this is what I said. His problem was the way he said it. He said it with such ignorance
just
and
gonna say that.
conviction that like
Yeah.
he sounded so disrespectful. And I think on paper, the message he was trying to send was like, I'm a world champion. Like it feels like it's not the same. And I think he has validity to think that it's wrong. First,
But
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like a real life. Like there's literally people from all different countries on every team.
and like
Yeah.
in track and
He
field, it's
was-
different because go ahead, Tom. My bad.
I was just saying, I get what he's saying, kind of, because it's not
It's
not
wrong.
the Olympics, and it's
Fundamentally, it's
not.
wrong.
Yeah, but it's just not right though. Like there's an argument that the top 3 players in the NBA are all from
A top 5.
from
The top
yeah,
5.
like are all not
Really?
American.
Like,
It's just like
The first team All
yeah,
NBA can easily not be Americans.
yeah, and it's like it's not country versus country, so I understand that, but the league is very clearly. I saw
what-
that it's something where a good majority of the league are European born.
Wait,
So-
so my question is, what events does he do?
He won gold in the 100, 200, and then
Sprint?
4x100. Yeah,
Okay, so there's like what? There's 10 spots in the final sprint. There's 10 lanes, right? Am I
yeah,
wrong? Is it 10, right?
something like
right.
that. Yeah,
Right.
I
So
don't
it's
know.
like there's what, 4 countries, right? Because there's like what, 2 Jamaicans, there's gonna be 2 or 3 Americans, there's gonna be a couple, like, so there's 4 countries represented. So really you didn't like, it's the same thing. Like, what is he talking about?
I don't think that's a valid point, Jared, because like you have to go through so many different like qualifying and trials to get
I mean,
to
but
that
you have to
final
go
race.
through all these different teams that have players from different
Well,
countries, though.
This is what I was gonna say is like with the sport, it's just a difference in sports because the NBA is the pinnacle of basketball, like in the entire world. Therefore,
Right.
they can call themselves the world champions. Whereas wherever the world championship was for his 100-meter is the pinnacle of his event. So therefore, that's who the world champion is. It's not like we're saying that whoever the winner of this new in-season cup is the world champion, because that's not the pinnacle of the pinnacle league. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he's
Right.
just like he sounds ignorant.
Yeah.
End of the day, he did exactly what he needed to do, because now everyone's talking about Noah Lyles, and now everyone knows that he just won 3 gold medals. So
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah. I just, bro, it was just
I
the
don't
issue
know,
was
bro.
his delivery. The issue was his delivery. He said,
bad.
"World champion of what?
He said it so
The United
disgusted.
States? Like, bro, come on,
Yeah.
come
Yeah,
on. The
he
USA
sounds
wins
like-
the USA wins the Olympics every time."
Yeah, like, bro, like put the Nuggets against any other team in the world, and they're banging them by 30.
yeah, like, I just
Like, what are you talking about? Like, how much did he win his race by? Half a second?
He really is like that though. Like he's
Yeah, I'm
close
not
to
hearing that.
He's close to Usain Bolt's
Jared said
record.
he
I'm not
runs in
gonna
a
like.
straight line.
Yeah, bro doesn't even have
But
to
like
turn.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy, bro. Like we have the USA has their, I don't want to say their JV team out there at the World Cup right now, but it's definitely not the
It's
the
not
stars
the,
of the stars.
Yeah,
of
it's the
league.
JV team.
And they're still
It's a
running.
good JV
they're
team.
still running. It's a good
Right.
JV team. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but they're
that's
still dominating.
that's the point.
Exactly. That's what I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
It's gonna be, what's gonna be funny is if and when USA wins gold at the World Cup, they're what do you want to say now, man? Like, and it's funny that he's USA, he's American, so like,
Yeah,
like what do you? don't
Yeah,
you
what's
wanna
wrong
see-
with you? Like, you're an idiot.
I just don't
I don't
understand.
know, man.
I just don't get why he's mad about it.
Do you think he used to be a hooper and like didn't make it?
No, heck no. Look at him. He didn't hoop.
He's salty now, bro. You're just being a
Jared
hater,
really doesn't like. Jared wants
Go line
Usain Bolt
up.
to come out of retirement
go
to
line up
kick
with
his ass real quick.
Yeah, bro.
'Cause nobody
that's
else
funny,
is
man.
nobody else is beating, bro.
That's actually so funny, Jared.
Yeah. I'm just like, bro, like, why do people have to get, like, just because there's a microphone in front of you doesn't mean you need to be an idiot.
Yeah,
It
well,
was the
this
delivery,
is-
man. I'm telling you, it was the delivery.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could have easily said it in a different way or posed a different question. But, like, because there's microphones in front of him, like, I'm just going to pop off and sound like an idiot.
All right, so here's your chance.
But
I'll
someone
clip
was
this
arguing
one out
with.
next week, Jared.
Yeah.
What?
Someone was
Clip
arguing
it
with
and
the
then
Aaron
tag
Fox
him.
on
I'll
Twitter.
tag him.
Someone was arguing with the Aaron Fox on Twitter about it, and he said
It was
like,
RG3.
Was it? Yeah, he was like he did exactly what he wanted to do. Like
Yeah.
he got all the publicity he needed from it, and that's why he did it. So
Guess what? I don't even know what events he won either. Still, and he's still
Jared,
yapping.
Jared, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds right now to get your microphone idiotic piece off, and we can clip it out, and you can be next week's clip if you want the moment. Now's your
No.
time.
I'm just. Can we move on and talk about something else?
Yeah, we can move on. We can talk about NFL because by the time that this drops, the following week will be the week 1 of NFL, and I know everybody's very excited in this chat. For a multitude of reasons. I don't know if we want to talk fantasy because Tommy and I have yet to draft for our league.
let's hold off. Let's hold off.
Yeah.
Can I just say I implemented a game plan. I did a lot of homework. I implemented a game plan and I feel like it worked pretty well. So now just have to see where the chips line up.
There
Wish
you
you
go.
luck, man.
I think the big thing though is I've been saying this. I don't think I said it to you guys, but like fantasy always just comes down to injuries and your weekly matchups.
It's luck. It's 1,000% luck.
Because like there will be weeks where like you
It
go
is.
for 170 and that's the one week you play the guy that goes for 200.
That literally happened to me last year in the first round of playoffs against
Like
Tommy Ball.
so like you lose games. Like
crazy.
Tommy and I
you
were
lose
the
games.
top 2 scorers in the playoffs, and I lost him by 3 points.
Yeah, like that's sickening. Like that's so sickening that happens.
Just the way that but sometimes you gotta tip your cap.
But
Like Steph said.
sure.
Maybe that's why I'm
what
playing.
keeps me coming around.
Maybe that's why
hey,
I'm playing good golf right now, Jared. Like Steph said, they got eliminated earlier. He had extra time to work on his game.
Hey, but
maybe.
Oh my god.
Okay, but do you think that do you think there's in a world where fantasy can change to just like make I guess you can't do that wins and losses.
There already is.
Total
People
points.
do leagues,
do that.
People do leagues where it's like there's a weekly
Total
winner
points.
based on who wins, and then like you could
Yeah.
You just have to change the league, but that takes the competitive nature out of it to me.
Yeah, totally. Because you want the head-to-head matchup for sure.
100%.
But like,
I want that smoke with Davey.
Yeah, like that. Oh Jesus, get over that.
I already texted Davey, man. Week 7 circled on my schedule.
Hey, full transparency. We had our draft last night, and I was explaining to Keese that you guys are trading picks in your draft. This guy went bonkers. He's like, what? We're doing that next year. Because the reason why Keese, we talked about yesterday, the reason why Keese is a great GM, he has no loyalty to anyone he drafts. He was trying to make deals yesterday, an hour after the draft.
And Tommy, you can go ahead.
That's
and
awesome. I love that.
You can tell me if I'm wrong here, Tommy. As I believe one of the more respected GMs in our league, I don't think
I would agree with that.
The league would be upset with me saying if Marquise Chris wants to hit my line and talk about a potential expansion team in the performance enhancing drugs department over here in our league. I think they'd be open to that. We've been talking about expansion for a couple years now.
That's crazy that I didn't get the nod. That's wild. I feel like Sack the Republic. I feel like the Sack Republic right now.
Well, you're over here telling us that we're asinine and we're crazy. He said that's awesome. The
exact no. Hold on, Kami. I want to make sure we don't put the wrong words. I said y'all are sickos. That was exactly what I said.
Yeah, no, Jared, I wasn't hating on you. Your case is fine. I'm just saying if Keese is that crazy, he's gonna fit right in. You've got to be borderline insane to be in the league, man. Because
the Twitter game is going crazy right now.
Yeah, we have insiders. We have real insiders on Twitter.
We have draft odds. We have Vegas line draft odds. I don't know who's making them. I don't know who's making
Vegas,
them,
apparently.
but somebody sends them in, and whoever posted my odds was complete. That was unbelievable. It dropped me down to 7.
I'm the favorite right now, Jared.
Unreal. Yeah, it's crazy.
You guys don't even have your teams yet. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's based off the rapport that the GMs have
built. Yeah. They said TMZ caught me on a golf course in Arizona, and I was skipping practice. Not sure how they knew that.
So sick, right?
They found out, but
yo, you didn't tell me that. That's funny.
It was the newest one. Yeah, it was the newest one. All right, so let's reel back from fantasy. Let's come back.
Hey,
to
just know my team looks real good. So
I hope it does in 3 weeks.
Healthy weeks. Yeah.
So let's reel it back. Let's just talk real football here. Let's get some predictions out the way. You guys want to do Super Bowl champions, MVP, and I don't know, maybe one other award. I don't know. What
How
do we?
realistic do you want me to be here?
You can go with. I want to hear your hopeful MVP, your realistic MVP, and
Okay.
then the same for champions. And
Man, I don't have like the chops for this. I'm
this
gonna
is
rock
great.
though.
Then this is
Okay.
really good,
My hopeful MVP. I just want to see Kirk Cousins win, man.
bro.
Give me
Yes,
Kirk
that's a really
Cousins.
good play. That's
Give
a
me
good play.
Kirk Cousins as my hopeful MVP.
Yeah.
He's due, man. He's just due for one of those years.
I just
All right.
don't think that's right.
I love Kirk. That was gonna be my pick. So
I
I'll have to
just
switch it up.
love Kirk.
All right, who
man.
do you think's actually gonna win now?
I think the Bengals have something special coming. I think Joe Burrow, if he's healthy, he's going to take the MVP this year.
Tommy's been in my
They
head all
lost.
episode.
They lost last year to Kansas City off the roughing the passer and field goal, and I think they're coming back with a vengeance if he's good to go week 1.
I think Tommy is spot on with his 2 picks. That's exactly who I was gonna say. So let me change it.
Joe Cool.
My hopeful MVP, I hope is Lamar. Lamar just got paid. They're healthy, and I'm a huge Lamar fan. I've said that last year on the pod as well. And I think when his MVP season was at its peak, it was some of the most exciting football I've ever watched.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that again. My actual MVP, and this is going to be a super reach. It's probably a better offensive player of the year because it's a quarterback dominated award, but I want to see this. I want to see Saquon win it because of the work he's doing to stand up for running backs. And I think that would be pretty sick if Saquon came out and just had an Adrian Peterson type MVP year and was like, this is why we deserve to be paid. So those are my two names.
My hopeful, probably I guess I don't really root for anybody, but Amanda's family are big Niner fans. So my hopeful MVP would be Christian McCaffrey. That they can he can just be the super utility guy that gets him over the hump. Hopefully they make another push. I think
good.
I think more realistic is probably a quarterback. I mean, maybe Joe Burrow's a really good pick.
I think Joe Burrow's the pick.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I like Josh Allen. I think that might be the year.
We can't not name Mahomes. We can't not.
Yeah,
it's he's becoming LeBron. He's becoming LeBron, where it's he can have it every year.
Yeah, so he just wins the Finals MVP. He just wins MVP, and I also I think this year if he stays healthy, this might be a reach because I'm not as versed in football as you guys, but I feel like Tua, because it's a quarterback race, I feel like if he has 2 big weapons, and I feel like if they're better and they're kind of more stable, and if he stays healthy, I think his numbers will be good enough, and that division is down.
Their defense is supposed to.
Yeah, the defense is supposed to be good. So if
he could have
just
some
has
backing.
weapons, yeah,
he has.
I will say he has the weapons to definitely put up the numbers for sure.
That's a good take, Jared.
Thanks, man.
I thought Tom. I thought you were gonna say.
Speedster.
I thought you were going to say you were hoping Derek Carr would win.
Oh, God.
Dude, no.
You're not a Derek Carr supporter, even though I've heard a lot of Raiders fans are rooting for him in New Orleans.
I mean, I didn't like the way the Derek Carr era ended, but I'm not going to act like I wasn't over Derek Carr being a Raider. Sorry.
Because you got Jimmy G coming in. It's going to be great.
I'm a big Jimmy G guy.
I would still rather have Derek, but it was time.
I think most people would.
Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy G lives the life I want to live.
It's really scary because go ahead. I was gonna say something.
It was just time for Derek to go, but the streets are saying it's Aiden O'Connell's turn to eat. So
he looked good, bro. He looked really good. And what's his name? Sam Howell, right? The Commanders quarterback. He looks like he's gonna deal this year.
That's what I'm saying. It's the backup, Jared. He played the preseason. He was just dealing.
He looked confident out there slinging
for the Raiders.
For the Raiders, yeah, he's from Purdue, and this dude just looks like this guy's just he's just a Chad. Crazy stash. He's built like a linebacker.
He's gonna have a chance because Jimmy G is gonna get hurt. He gets hurt all the time.
He's gonna throw some freaking ducks.
Trying to hit Devontae 30 yards out.
Luke had a good line the other day. He said something about. I think we were talking about Jameis Winston, talking about him throwing. I think you said he's throwing a mallard. That was awesome.
Throwing a mallard. That's what Jimmy G does. If he tries to stretch it out 35 yards, it's That thing is spiraling the wrong way.
Oh my goodness.
I know, just like to tie up the football talk, how do we feel about the Trey Lance trade? I guess that's like the biggest news, right?
Probably is.
It sucks, man. It just sucks.
Just because he hasn't got a chance, right? That's what Luke and I talked about. Like he just kind of got buzzsawed by Brock Purdy.
He was dealt a bad
hand, and then when he played, Kyle Shanahan had him running 18 times, just ran him into the ground. Like
in the way he was playing in the preseason was so scared. Like you could tell he wasn't playing like to his confidence. He was playing afraid to make a mistake, and it's like you're not going to be successful doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
and plus, like him, but like, well, I read yesterday, bro, that Jerry Jones made the deal without even talking to Dak or McCarthy.
That's crazy.
That doesn't surprise me. That's a Jerry Jones type move. And guess what? They're making a Netflix documentary on Jerry Jones here soon. So,
oh my god,
exactly my point.
I know who paid for that. I can tell you that right now.
It's probably going to be a 10-part one.
That's like,
I don't know. That's just it was bad from the jump. Him not playing right away when Jimmy was the QB was the tell all.
Yeah,
it's like a tough. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I feel like football, like, bro, it's just so like up and down for like guys will be at the top of the game and then like literally 3 years later just be nobody.
I was gonna say too, it's also tough that like
Todd Gurley.
To your point, Tom. Yeah, Todd Gurley was the guy for 2 years. To your point that like he didn't start over Jimmy G immediately. It's tough because he was drafted to a win now team. Like most teams that draft rookie QBs high are like the Panthers, where it's like
Justin Fields is just getting to do whatever,
bro, and people are praising him now, and he doesn't even throw the ball. Like if he was drafted to a trash team that he could actually use 2 years to develop under a veteran like Jimmy G, it'd be way different.
It's really interesting that this happened to both San Francisco, the 49ers, and the Warriors. Like really, it's just weird. Like they both had 2 high picks that were clearly potential base picks, and they wanted to win now, and they both didn't work out. Ended up trading them 3 years later.
Yeah.
Like
it's a really good comparison.
Really interesting.
I think the other thing though too in football is like, again, I'm not gonna downplay it, but like, I don't know, like playing at a like 1AA school is like, I don't know how that translates, but like, I don't know, the Bama guys get drafted every year, a million of them, and they always seem to do fine.
Yeah.
You know,
like Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate for a year. So
right, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's such a hit or miss thing, and like I don't even think it's like the fact that he did that, but I'm just like they were talking about how many games he's played yesterday of like actual football, like not just like playing in the NFL, but like I don't know.
Crazy. Wentz though, Luke, what you just said, on top of the world. Now he's not even in the league.
Literally. Yeah.
Nuts.
Football, I will say one last thing.
Football can just come and go so fast.
Yeah. One last thing on the Trey Lance thing is I feel bad for the Cowboys third stringer that eventually got cut, Will Greer, because he went out. They literally said like, this is your tryout for other teams because we're cutting you after this, and he balled. And it was like he kind of just was kind of blue ball or blackballed because it's like he didn't even get a shot, and it was just like, bro, he went out there and proved that he deserves to at least be in the QB.
He's good. He was nice at West Virginia.
The Bengals picked him up. Joe Burrow, Will Greer, and Jake Browning in that QB room.
Wow,
so
Jake Browning's over there with Jonah?
Still in the league?
Yeah, he's over there with
sick.
Joe Burrow. And Jonah. Yeah, that's true. So that's pretty
Jake
dope.
Browning's still hanging around. That's awesome.
I think he's the immediate backup to Joe Burrow, actually.
So he's going to he's been taking snaps then because Joe Burrow's hurt.
Yeah, well, I mean, he came back today. Shout out Joe Burrow, Tommy's guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. I was gonna say Jake Brown. I think Ian Book actually just got cut the other day, but he was on Eagles.
It's actually so sad on Twitter.
Feel bad for him, man. He got the worst hand ever. Monday Night Football, whole offensive line out. First start.
That's so funny.
That was rough.
People on Twitter hate Ian Book. It's so sad.
Why?
Because
he played
all
for
they
Notre
know is
Dame.
Yeah.
And then,
people hate Notre Dame.
People hate Notre Dame. And then that Monday Night Football.
Okay, but it's like most people are Catholic, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but it's like you're either love or hate Notre Dame football.
I just remember when I met Ian Book, the first time I met him was in the gym at the Lions, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Eastern Washington next year to play football." And then he like killed, and then he's like, "Next thing you know, I'm going to Notre Dame."
Actually, wow.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a little while, so.
Yeah, it's tough. The one thing we talked about it before in this, and then I'll let it go. But like, it changes quick, dude. This guy Brock Purdy, like
For
he
real.
probably there was no thought in his mind that he was going to start any games last year, and now this dude just forced to trade. Yeah, forced to trade.
I mean, he better bring them to the Super Bowl, or else San Francisco's gonna be coming for Shanahan and management. So
I mean, I feel like Shanahan has a short term, anyways.
You know what they say, fellas? Just keep going. It's a good teaser right there.
And with that, let's keep going to our starting five. Let's keep going to our starting five. Our starting five is one that, man, I've been looking forward to, and I've proposed for weeks, probably months, probably months,
a year.
We've been pushing it off. But I think it's time. You guys know us pretty well at this point, so I think it's gonna be a good one. We got starting five condiments / sauces. All right, man, we're gonna get great insight tonight about the people in this Zoom call right now.
He won't even raise his head.
So, Jared, do you want to go ahead and start us off? And do we want to snake it, or do we want to go
last? I'm going last.
You want to go all five, and you want to go last?
No, we can snake, but I'm gonna go last.
All right, Tom, I don't want to go first, or you want to go second?
I don't.
If we want to go all five, I'm down for it this week.
It might be a good all five one. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's a good all 5 week.
All right, let's roll then.
All right,
I want
Tom,
Jared
you want to go first,
please.
He's not ready, bro. He's not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I don't have him positioned. I'll go last.
All right, I'll go first if you want, Luke, unless you're ready to fire.
I'm ready too. I mean,
yeah, go ahead. I want to hear yours. I'm curious.
Okay, so I like mine a lot. And my point guard, I found myself recently having an affinity for this sauce. I found myself putting it on a lot of different foods that maybe it might not even belong on. But there's a reason he's my point guard. Clearly got handle. There was an And1 mixtape tour, name after him. Give me hot sauce, but I got specifics. Give me Cholula. For some reason, Cholula.
That sentence didn't make sense.
No, he was.
They didn't name the tour after him.
Whatever,
Him in my draft, he did. So I got Cholula hot sauce at the one. Cholula's been my go-to hot sauce right now. Yeah, man, I put it on basically anything. So boom.
A wise man once told me, rule number 1 is to always have a bottle of Cholula on you.
That's smart, man.
Who said that?
One of my strength trainers.
I do like Cholula though, more than Tapatio.
Shout out to Brody.
Yeah, sorry if I took somebody's. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Anything.
Cholula at the 1, at the 2.
I like that.
This is my score. We do this every week. I put my score here. This is my favorite sauce.
The Luke Abdalovich of the team.
This is my favorite condiment. It doesn't miss. I probably put it with a lot of things it's not supposed to. Give me honey mustard at the 2. I think honey mustard is so versatile.
You were gonna do that.
You can hit it with the chicken fingers. You can hit it on a salad. You could literally put it with anything, in my opinion.
I hate you.
I got it. Honey mustard at the 2. At the 3, you guys might throw a flag on this one, but let me explain it. This has probably been my most used sauce as of recently, and I love it. I have it in the sauces / condiments because a lot of people put it on sandwiches, and for me, that means it's a condiment. All right, I got pesto at the 3.
Wow, I love that. I freaking love that, man. That's a great pick.
And I'm glad you're allowing it because it's definitely a sauce. It's definitely a sauce, right?
Oh my gosh, it's totally a sauce. It's super dynamic.
It's so dynamic, bro. I put pesto on everything. Oh man, I love it. I could go on for days.
You need to go to Iron Horse meatball sub with the pesto on top.
I don't eat meatballs, so. But it does sound good. I made like a pesto caprese melt the other day. Oh my god, it was fantastic. But anyways, at my 4. This is, again, you guys might throw a flag on this one, but again, like when I'm eating Mexican food, this is my go-to. I have this and I have Cholula. I need salsa verde. Salsa verde is my favorite salsa. You got to go with the green one. Jared, I know you're a green salsa guy. We talked about it at No, I thought you said, or did I just ask you if they have good green salsa at
I don't
Trace
mess with green
Romano's?
salsa, red salsa.
Crazy. Green salsa is
No.
easily better,
Bread.
no
That's
question.
not close. That's a false statement.
Wait till we get to your list, and then we'll see how valid that statement is. Salsa Verde at the 4, not the 5. This is a niche pick. But it couples with my favorite food better than anyone else. This is Shaq and Kobe. This is the best 1-2 punch that you can find. I got soy sauce at the 5 to go with my sushi.
He's gonna have a lot of sodium in his diet.
No, I get the low I get the green cap. Get the green cap. It's the low sodium.
Go back and read the ingredients, bro.
It's okay, but it's still lower sodium. It's still lower sodium. But I got soy sauce at the 5 again. It's a really good pick and roll player. That's about all it can do. But who it does the pick and roll with is top 5. So I need the soy sauce. That's a bulletproof list, man. That's the best lineup I might have put together on this show.
It's a good list, Lucas. It's a good list.
I got pesto and honey mustard on the wings. That's crazy.
All right. At the one, I've got a guy who you can't run your team without because it can go with anything and everything. It's just a guy that's always there. It's always reliable, and you're always going to find it in someone's fridge at the end of the day every time. That's why I've got ketchup at the 1. Give me ketchup at the 1.
Whoa,
very
didn't
easy.
Think you were going that direction.
Very easy, very simple. You're finding that in the first slot of everyone's fridge in America, no doubt. At the 2, we're gonna take a trip down Jared's aisle. Knockdown shooter here. Jared, I'm curious to see how he feels about a certain type. But I'm a Sweet Baby Ray's guy. All right, give me Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce at the 2. Jared's smirking over there. Maybe he doesn't like it, but I do. He's gonna knock down shots for me, and he's going with what I need.
That's like a basic white girl version of barbecue.
Wow,
I knew
he
it.
says
I
you just
Jared,
don't know.
I knew Jared was gonna have something to say about it, but that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. At the 3, our last episode together at the 3, my star player was Fuji Hibachi Steakhouse, and Fuji Hibachi Steakhouse delivers some of the greatest sauce ever created. Give me the yum yum sauce. I mentioned it in the episode. And the yum yum sauce. I mean, it just they'll put it on the rice when the steak comes out. You dip the steak in it. I mean, my goodness, the yum yum sauce it delivers every time. Every time. The 4, stretch 4, bruiser, whatever you want him to be, this guy's gonna do. We're going with a sandwich. We're going with a sandwich condiment here. Really added this into my game. Not fairly recently, I would say. Definitely not a staple growing up, but it's there now. I got to get it every time when I go to a sandwich spot. Give me Chipotle Ranch.
Great play.
Chipotle Ranch on my sandwich. Just spices it up. Just it's so much flavor. I need it. I just need it. And then at the 5, my bruiser, just once again another old reliable, if you will. It's gonna get the job done. Give me Chick-fil-A sauce. Real simple.
Nice. I have no problems. I'm sure Jared has problems, but that's okay.
I'm just gonna let him rock. Like,
I'm so excited for this.
It is what it is.
I've been looking forward to this all week.
Jared, you don't like Chipotle Ranch?
I don't like. Okay. Sorry, I don't like. I guess Chipotle Ranch is okay. It ends up being more like the Chipotle mayo, spicy mayo. I don't like that.
Are you more of a
category.
Chipotle mayo guy?
No, I hate mayo.
Yep, there it is.
I second that though. I hate mayo as well.
I don't like mayo as well, but Jared, I want you not only to give us your picks here, but I want you to talk to people through where your head's at when it comes to the sauces and condiments category as a whole, because I don't think we're giving you justice.
So is this story time or what? Is that what you're asking me?
This is your time to shine. Whatever you want, however you want to give your lineup. Go ahead.
We usually have Luke's rant in these episodes. Let's let Jared take the box today.
I need the Jared sauce / condiment outburst, if you will.
Something I've been looking forward to.
Okay.
all
Is
week.
this R-rated pod or PG-13 pod?
It's not an R-rated pod. We're talking about sauce.
Get your hey. If you're really saucy, then the sauces are gonna matter. That's all I'm saying.
God.
Well, they don't
All
call
right.
me Sauce Ridge for no reason, Jared.
Exactly.
You
That's
actually
what
named
I'm
me that.
saying. I know, man. You know, some places know what they're doing, some places don't. We're gonna take you down a little trip down memory lane. There was at a time when I was in dire need for nourishment. And I decided to try this place out. It was about halfway drive back home. So I was like, hey, yeah, this new place is just open. I guess I'll go check it out. People said it's good. Let's go see what they're talking about. I pulled into a Cane's, Raising Cane's. Okay. Chicken fingers. I mean, okay, it sounds good in theory.
Right up your alley.
I love chicken fingers. Yeah. Like that was probably my meal of choice until I was about 16. Like
So
chicken fingers.
How old are you now?
Yeah, maybe half my life. So I pull in, I'm like, all right, it's kind of popping here. I'm gonna see what's up. So I look at the menu, I'm like, oh man, it comes with some toast and some crinkle fries. Okay, this could be good. So I order my food. I think I did 5 chicken strips because I was kind of hungry, maybe 7. I can't remember.
Is that even a thing?
I think I ordered. I could
I
add
think the
2.
Caniac combo might be 6. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Give
not
or take.
And then I always, wherever I go, I always make sure because I have to add it in because nobody ever remembers. I'm like, can I get a couple sides of barbecue sauce? Because
there it is, people.
For you, the people that don't know, and this is a long monologue, but barbecue sauce is the greatest condiment or sauce ever invented. And it goes on so many things, but especially on chicken strips. When I tell you the amount of fury with an F, capital F, that I felt when the guy that the unsuspecting worker, probably trying to make an honest wage, just got obliterated by my feelings of him telling me, oh, we don't have barbecue sauce. I was not only confused and disgusted, I was completely and utterly appalled that you would sell chicken strips without the option for barbecue sauce. And then he doubled down and tried to sell me on this nonsense. And that is the PG-13 version called cane sauce, which is essentially Thousand Island dressing. Any human being from any country in their right mind that likes to put Thousand Island dressing on their chicken strips should be taken out to pasture.
Can I interject?
I made sure that he
knew.
Let
him rock, Luke.
I had made sure that he knew that this was not acceptable. He was so terrified for his job that he begged me to stop yelling at him to where the microphone that he had on could hear.
Wow. You know, I don't even know if
to end the story.
List.
Hold
Let's
on, I
just
have
go
one more little bit.
Sauce.
To end the story, he was so distraught. He's like, we have hot sauce. And I, reluctantly accepted the hot sauce. But to my dismay, when I got back on the freeway and opened the bag, there was no barbecue sauce. There was no ketchup. There was no hot sauce. Only this monstrosity called cane sauce.
Oh, so he didn't even give you hot sauce.
They did it on purpose.
It took all of my life to not chuck the food out my window on Highway 80. Safe to say I haven't been back to Cane since. I hope you guys are listening. You guys suck.
Okay. Can I interject now?
Yes.
Okay, so a couple things. One, it's well documented on here everywhere that Jared and my relationship is built upon basketball, correct? It's grown to something much bigger and better than that. But I received the angriest phone call from Jared in this exact moment. So when you're going through a drive-through and you pay at window 1 and you get your food at window 2, the phone call that he called, he oh my God. I just finished dinner with my grandparents, mind you, a very wholesome night. And I get an angry, he said, bro, have you ever been to Cane's? And I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit because we don't need to be explicit tonight. Have you ever been to Cane's? I said, yeah, bro, it's pretty good. Like chicken fingers right up your alley,
It's
right?
an Arizona staple.
Bro, yeah, literally. I was like, bro, it's right up your alley. He's like, bro, why didn't you ever tell me they didn't have barbecue sauce? I was like, bro, what? Like they got cane sauce. Like everyone knows that. He's like, bro, I'm not eating that, bro. And he's like, bro, this guy really almost just made me get out and fight him. I said, Jared, you're in line to get chicken strips. All right. And I say this because Jared and I have had some tough conversations and phone calls around basketball. This was the angriest I've ever seen him. The most passionate I've ever seen him. Like over some chicken strips and barbecue
I
sauce.
would have hung up the phone, dude. I would have been laughing so hard I would have had to hang up the phone.
Bro, we were in Old Folsom. We were at Scott's Seafood, and I was walking back to the car, and I'm just in utter confusion. Just like, is he like? I thought I was being punked. Like, I literally thought I was being punked.
I would have thought you were messing with me for sure.
But yeah.
So
I
do
just
we
wanted
even
to
need
add
to
that
hear
to the
Jared's
story.
list, or
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he
you
needs to
want to
go.
hear the list?
I need to hear it now, Jared. I wanted to end before I let you get your list off. If Canes hit up the Walk On Pod Management, aka us three, and offered us a lucrative deal, a Spencer Rattler type deal that they offered him. I believe it was 7 figures.
are you promoting it?
Are you accepting the deal?
I'm taking that cell phone. I'm teeing it up. And I'm taking a brand new driver and crushing that shit 350 down the
Bro,
fairway.
I'm gonna have to branch off, bro. I'm telling you, like we
And
might need
this
the
is
bread.
this is where we separate and we break up.
Bro, I
Because I will
cannot.
be
I
accepting
cannot.
that money,
I
and I will be
cannot.
moving forward with the
I
podcasting
cannot
career.
forfeit my identity for monetary value.
All right, man. Starting 5. My
I
bad.
would
I'm
never
glad we
turn
got
my
that off.
back on barbecue.
Get to it, man. Let's hear it.
So, for you of those that are just tuning in, it's
don't
my
think
turn to do a starting 5.
I don't think people tune into podcasts an hour in, but God,
It's
too late
sauces
for
and
this.
condiments. I'm gonna give you a TED talk here
Another one?
on barbecue sauce. No, it's not. My explanations are simple because most of these are you guys know, so I don't have to give you
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
explanations.
All right.
But like, I'm gonna just give the rundown. This is the real starting 5,
Here
the
we
only
go,
starting
TED Talk.
5 that matters. If you don't like barbecue sauce, you probably should, not listen
rocks.
to this. Yeah, exactly. That's a nice way to say it. At my point guard, this is the guy that's, we started together at a young age, and he's really taken me through the fire of life, the fire of hoop, fire of training business. Their only downfall is that they're not open on Sundays and they close at 10 o'clock. Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce at the point guard. It's tangy, it's sweet, it's got a nice little kick to it. Love it. Probably a little extra.
This is insane. He said Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce got him
I'm
through
ready.
his
I'm ready.
profession.
Here we go. No, yeah, keep going. Just keep going, please.
Not bad.
At shooting guard. Now, this guy, he's more of a local hero.
Local hero, dude. Oh my god.
He really heats it up though. It's like a drop kick in the mouth. There's a lot of different flavors that you're getting from here, but one thing I can always guarantee is that he's going to get buckets. So that's why he's at my shooting guard. Give me Kinder's spicy garlic barbecue sauce. Now, this is where it gets a little, we have to get a little bit of utility here. This is a place that's franchised. This is a place that really, knows their way around the grill, has great tri-tip. They have a couple different options. Most days I'm going to go with their basic option. But if I'm really feeling like maybe I need like a triple-double with blocks and steals and rebounds, this guy really fills that void for me. So I'm going to go Buckhorn Sweet Fire barbecue sauce. It's a little runny, but if you throw it in the fridge first when you get home, it will like condense a little bit and it won't be so runny.
This is insanity.
This is a real person. This is a real person.
Now, power
I love
forward.
it.
This player has been a talking point in the last couple episodes. I feel like he's really being downtrodden on the entire like food spectrum. But this is something that most people are just not ready for, and something that I don't know if anybody else has this specific. But give me Ike's yellow barbecue sauce. It's a staple on most of their best sandwiches. And even if it wasn't on there, I would still add it with sweet peppers.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Now, here's the showstopper.
Okay.
You know, this guy, like, you know, there's smoky, there's all different kinds of, you know, adjectives you can use with your barbecue sauce. This adjective is an actual place because this was the birthplace of this great, fine institution. We're going to go with Memphis barbecue sauce. Any Memphis barbecue sauce.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's Memphis because it's thin and it's tangy. It's not spicy. It's not runny, but it's not overwhelming. So give me Memphis barbecue sauce.
If we don't get a barbecue sauce sponsor after this episode, I swear I don't know what else we need to do, man.
Now for my walk on.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Now there's a lot of different ways you can go. I could go like, you know, to my heart, or I could be more practical. Usually I go to my heart. Today I'm gonna be more practical. This is a company that they don't specialize in barbecue sauce, but you know what? They do a damn good job. Give me Kraft barbecue sauce.
There's no way.
Kraft.
What the hell?
Look, I have no choice but to trust you because of your barbecue sauce repertoire, but I just feel like that's insane.
I mean, 6 picks and 6 barbecue sauces.
I expect nothing
I
less.
knew it was coming, but I didn't like want to accept it, you know?
I'm telling you, we need a barbecue sauce sponsorship after this. We need it.
Bullseye. If you want to hit me, bullseye.
DMs are open. I do have a question for you, Jared.
Yes,
pertaining to barbecue sauce.
Okay, let's hear it.
What is your take on North Carolina Gold barbecue sauce?
Not a fan.
Really? That's my favorite type.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like a honey mustardy type though.
Yeah, exactly. Sense. Yeah, because it's essentially like
it's like because that I don't know my barbecue sauce.
He doesn't know his barbecue sauce because that's like the redheaded stepchild of barbecue sauces.
So I've got. What did you say? I've got what was my barbecue sauce?
The white girl.
The white girl barbecue sauces, and then Luke's the redhead stepchild of barbecue sauces.
We're just never good enough, James.
We're never good enough, man. We're never good enough for Jared, dude.
Okay, Tommy, walk on pick.
Wait, so was that your walk on? What was your walk on?
No, I just had to ask you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I love
my
that
walk
stuff.
on picks. Give me some. Like we've been talking here. Just let me get it straight out. Give me some ginger salad dressing.
Ginger sour dressing.
Yeah, ginger salad. Salad dressing.
Salad.
Salad dressing.
Okay.
Good pick.
Fire.
I trust you.
Yeah.
This isn't my pick, but if we're talking salad dressing, Caesar is king. I think there's no pun intended. I think there's.
That's
there's
why.
no
I like a good vinaigrette though.
The good vinaigrette is
good,
but
not
man,
Caesar, bro.
I'm kind of mad I didn't have Caesar in my lineup, but
yeah. So my walk on again. This is something that again you might not consider it a sauce. It's definitely a condiment, so it belongs on this list. And if anyone who truly knows my taste buds know that like this is right up my alley. I got balsamic glaze. I think the balsamic glaze is such a spectacular addition to a great sandwich.
Wait, is that another salad dressing, or you just mean a glaze in general?
The balsamic, so like it's like balsamic, like you would put on a salad, but it's like a lot. It's like a syrup, right?
Yeah,
and you, like people do it a lot on like Italian subs, and you can do it on a salad or a pasta. And
I always get
fantastic.
balsamic and olive oil on my subs.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. I usually
because I'm not a mayo guy or a mustard guy.
I'm not a mayo guy as well, but yeah, the balsamic glaze.
You,
I'm telling you, if you hit the Italian sub and you hit the balsamic glaze,
I got some actual balsamic from Italy here at the house. You'll have to check out.
That's probably fantastic. Throw it with some sourdough.
That's probably really good.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was probably one of the more entertaining wrap ups to this episode.
The barbecue episode.
We literally talked about how we didn't want to ramble today, and here we are.
Yeah, sorry,
It's
you
inevitable.
asked. You asked. You teed it up.
It was necessary. Speaking of team,
I felt like Otani. Oh, that was bad. All right, so we've been talking about sauces, but I want to focus on golf. With 50 chips a night, my short game will get me breaded. Barbecue sauce is the only drizzle in my bag, and my dipping game gonna be feeling right.
Nah, that ain't it, man.
I think you
Yeah,
just
it came
wasted
out
too
bad.
much energy off the barbecue one.
I
It's
was
okay,
like
it's okay.
spent. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
ain't it,
Your
man.
energy was put other places
Yeah.
tonight, and I hope you win this week. I really do, because I will say I know the barbecue
deserve
sauce
it, Jared.
community is strong.
You
Is it?
deserve it, Jared. I'm. You know what? We've had 55
55.
episodes.
This is 57.
Jared, I'm not gonna vote for myself this week.
It's because
You're
deep
getting
down,
my
you know,
vote.
barbecue sauce is the greatest.
Getting my vote. It's not
Condiment.
that, Jared. It's not that, but it's. I know how much that meant to you, and how passionate you were about that. You get my vote. You deserve it.
All right,
You
thanks,
deserve
man. Just tell the Tommy Army.
Unfortunately, you know, my voters do what my voters do, and that's just what it is. But I guess we'll find out soon, because episode 57 will be dropping Sunday. So that being said, appreciate it all. Thank you. Your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.